So, okay, 15 minutes chair stretching. Like I said, all you need is a chair, so we'll start by sitting. So go ahead, just take a seat in your chair. It's very cold in my house, which is why I have on a sweatshirt. It's always cold in here. We're terrible with our air conditioning. So I want you to sit up nice and tall, leaning back against the chair. Okay, so shoulders are relaxed, back is supported by the back of the chair. We're just going to start by taking a big deep breath in and a long exhale. Okay, so we'll do that again. Big inhale. So our next two deep breaths, I want you to think about taking the deepest breath you can. So at the top of that inhale, you breathe in a little bit more. And at the bottom of the exhale, you pull in the belly and breathe out a little bit more. So big deep breath. Push all of their air out. So one more time. Inhale. Excellent, all the way. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring those ankles right underneath our knees. Okay. And we're going to start by leaning forward so our back has come off of that back support of the chair. We're just going to lean ourselves, torso on those legs, and let yourself drape over the legs. So your hands are either on the floor or on your feet. Try to let that head relax too. Okay. So while you're in this position, it should feel like your lower back especially is just extending a little bit. And then we're just gonna roll ourselves up, stack the vertebrae one on top of the other until you're all the way up. Okay. We'll do that again. So tilting forward just a little bit. Take a big inhale, exhale. You're just gonna lay that torso on those legs and then drape yourself forward. Let the head hang. Once you're there, take a big deep breath. And then roll yourself up, stacking that spine until you're all the way top. Okay. So let's go ahead and scooch to the edge of our chair. All right, let's take that right leg over the left. Okay. And again, that left knee is right over that left ankle. So make sure your foot's not tucked way back here or even out forward. It's just knee over ankle. So big, tall spine, and we're just gonna tilt forward enough that you feel that stretch in the right hip. Okay. You could even take your right hand and gently press that right knee down towards the floor, just the tiniest, teeniest bit. Okay, just a little bit, just to kind of get that grounding in that leg. Okay. Shoulders down. I'm just gonna hold this position here. Shouldn't even look like you're doing that much, but you should really feel that right here in the hip. Okay. If your hips are really tight and your knee is all the way up like this, that's okay. You'll have to start somewhere, right? And then we're going to come up tall. So you weren't leaning forward very much. We're going to turn to the right. So we're turning towards that bent knee. So turn towards the right. Big deep breath into the belly. Every time you exhale, pull that belly in, and sometimes that allows you to twist just a tiny bit more. But never force it, especially when we're dealing with our back. Okay, we're going to leave our legs just where they are. We're just going to counter twist in the other direction. And then back to the center. Let's take that right leg. We're going to set it long. I know that the camera kind of cuts off where my leg is, but I'm going to change it a little bit. It's driving me crazy. I wish I had like some magic computer screen that just moved along with me. So let's take that right leg out, and it's long. See how my leg is long, my foot is flexed, knee is still over the ankle. We're going to kind of support ourselves on this leg, Big tall back. We're just gonna lean forward until you start to feel that hamstring stretch on the right side, which for me happens even without bending forward. Maybe even point the toe, see if that changes the way that feels, maybe stretching the top of that leg. The other day, my little 6-year-old came downstairs here to where I work, and it was early, and I was kind of just stretching in my chair, and she said, I do this every morning when I get up, and she just slides down into the splits. And I thought, yeah, mommy doesn't do that, especially first thing in the morning, and I probably haven't done that since I was her age. But it was cute. So go ahead and come on up, bring that knee back up, left leg, straighten it out, flexing that foot, supporting yourself on this leg. Inhale tall, exhale, just hinge forward. Don't worry so much if your back isn't completely flat. If you round a little bit, that's okay. Don't stress out about it. With these easy stretches, it's okay. And then maybe take that toe, point it towards the floor. Feel that change, feel the stretch in the top of that leg and that shin right there. And then if you're feeling so inclined, you can hop off your chair and get into the splits. I will not make you do that. So let's go ahead and come on up. Okay, so again, right knee over right ankle. We're gonna take that left leg, cross it over, just like we did on the other side. All right. And again, maybe you press that knee gently to the ground, maybe not at all. Big inhale, tall, exhale, hinge forward until you feel that stretch in the left hip. Make sure you're not holding your breath. So let's go ahead and come on up. We're going to turn towards that knee, so we'll turn towards the left. As little or as much as your back wants you to turn. And then we'll take it back through the center. Legs stay right where they are. And just a counter twist that other direction. And then back to the center. So let's go ahead and bring those legs pretty wide. So you're still at the edge of the chair. Okay. So legs are pretty wide. Hands are going to come right inside of those legs. Okay. So you're going to lead with the chest. You're going to pressing forward with the chest, and you're pressing those legs back. Okay, so it's a big inner thigh stretch. Instead of doing it standing, where it can kind of hurt the knees, it's nice to do it seated. So just gently press those legs back as you let that chest come forward. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears, and we'll come back up. So I'm just going to have you bring both of your knees together, feet together, so you're super close here. Okay, we're just going to do a seated twist to one side. And then come back through center, same thing, seated twist to the other side. And back to the center. So from here, we're gonna lean forward, okay? We're gonna take our left hand to the outside of that right knee or the right upper leg, and I'm kind of resting my forearm on top of my legs. My hand is right here, forearm is resting. I'm just gonna reach that right arm back. You can either follow that arm with your eyes, or you can just stay looking down at that forearm. So just stretching out. And coming back up, same thing other side. You're just resting on that forearm. Reach that arm back. And then bring it back. So we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow like you would do in a yoga class. Okay. So we're gonna round the back. My hands are gonna be on the front of my knees. We're gonna round the back and look down at the left. Okay, so I want you to think about like if we were all together and you're sitting in your chair and it doesn't have a back. I come around to the back of your chair and I wrap my arms around your belly and I try to pull you back. That's how I want it to feel. So rounding that back, looking down at the belly, and then we're just gonna inhale, pull the shoulders back, puff the chest out. Maybe look up just a little bit towards like that. Don't rest your head all the way back, but you're just kind of looking up and out. Okay. Big inhale here, exhale, pull that belly in, hands on the front of those knees, round the back and look down. And once you're there, stay there for a couple of breaths. And then we'll reverse that, so lift up tall with the chest, puff the chest out, pull the shoulders back, and then back to just a neutral spine. So go ahead and come on up. Okay. Just grabbing my timer. I love these classes and they go by so fast, okay? So I'm going to put my hands on the chair. I like to do this one a lot, and I do this with you guys a lot. So first I just want you to stand with your ankles underneath the hips so you're making this perfect 90-degree bend between your upper body and your legs. Okay. So just hold it here, back is nice and flat. Okay. And then maybe you bend the knees a little bit, especially if those hamstrings are tight, and come down to your forearms and just let your head hang so you're looking back at your knees. Again, if your hamstrings are really tight, it might look more like this, and that's okay. And then come back up again. Hands are back to the side. Let's go ahead and bring those legs a little bit wider. Maybe they're as wide as the chair. Okay? We're going to walk the hands forward and just pull the hips back. It's almost like doing a very modified downward dog in yoga. Okay? The same feeling through that lower back. So just let the head hang. Almost like somebody's trying to pull those hips back behind you. And then come back up. Maybe we then bring the legs in a little bit. Let's take the right hand to the center of that chair. We're gonna bend the right knee a little bit. We're just gonna open up with that left arm. Okay, like I'm tricking you into doing yoga. Reach up with that left arm. And then bring that left hand down to the chair. We'll bend that left knee a little bit this time and open up with that right arm. And then bring that hand back down. So let's find our way back to our tush. Okay. So go ahead and just have a seat on that chair. So let's end our class today the way we started. We're going to lean back against that chair. Okay. So let that chair support you. Whenever I'm leaning back and my back is supported, you know how I've been telling you all day to keep the knees above the ankles? You can always tuck those feet in if that's more comfortable. You're just sitting however is comfortable for you. So let's take those arms out to the side. My palms are facing you guys, okay? And I'm just gonna flex those hands and bring them out to about a T. Okay. So flex, and then maybe we take the hands and we push them down. So the top of my hand is facing the floor. Okay. And then maybe you open the hands, flex those hands. Big stretch through the forearms, which get tight when you're typing all day. Press those palms down. Okay. Open the hands, palms open to the left and the right. And then put those palms down. And then we're just going to bring those hands back onto our legs, okay? So you're just sitting however's comfy for you. Let's go ahead. I always like to end class like this. Let's take that right ear to the right shoulder. Maybe we take the left arm out. So you feel that really tight place on the left side of your neck. Still breathing. If it feels like it's too much to bring that hand out, just put that hand back on. It's okay. I won't get mad at you. Let's bring the head back up. And right arm comes out. Left ear to left shoulder. Head back up. So let's end with just a big deep breath. You don't even have to reach your arms up unless you want to. Big deep inhale through the nose, like I told you in the very beginning. Exhale all the way. Pull that belly in at the end. Push out all of that air. Let's do that one more time. Big deep inhale through the nose. All right. Do you feel like a whole new person? You should. Have a great day, and thank you so much for coming. See you next time, ladies.